What's going on, guys and gals? My name is Shadox, and these next few episodes of my guide series to Battlefield 5 are going to focus on the different game modes. I wanted to make these because I've seen a lot of confusion online regarding certain aspects of the different game modes, whether it be from new players or from those of you who just want to know what's changed from previous titles. With that being said, today's episode of Boot Camp will be taking a look at Battlefield's primary game mode, Conquest. Conquest is a large-scale game mode where two teams fight for control of several flags spread across a map. Most maps will feature between 5 and 7 flags, and each flag is situated on a key area, usually defined by some terrain, structure, encampment, or other defining features. The scoring is pretty straightforward. Whichever team controls the majority of the flags will induce a bleed on the enemy's tickets. When one team's ticket count reaches 0, the game is over. Depending on how much of a majority your team has, the bleed rate of tickets will change. The bleed rate will depend on how many flags there actually are on the map, but will follow a linear progression, from 0 bleed if both teams are even, to 1 ticket per second at the maximum. So for example, on the map of Eris, there are a total of 6 flags, Alpha through Foxtrot. If both teams control 3 flags each, then neither team is losing tickets from the bleed. If the German team then gets 4 flags, the British team will lose 1 ticket every 3 seconds. If the Germans capture another flag, then it will be 2 tickets every 3 seconds. And finally, if the Germans hold every single flag on the map, the British team will lose 1 ticket per second. This bleed will continue until the British team captures a flag again, which will then slow down the bleed rate. If they continue to push on and capture a majority of the flags, then the German team will start bleeding tickets. This dynamic means that no matter where you are in a match, how far your team is behind, you can still make a comeback. To capture a flag, simply go near an objective that you want, and look for the highlighted area on the minimap. This indicates the capture zone. While you stand in this zone, you will start the timer on the flag, and the objective will turn from a red diamond to a blue square, and finally when you fully capture the objective, it will be a blue circle in your HUD. Since you can change the UI colors in the menu, just remember, diamonds are enemy objectives, circles are friendly objectives, and squares are contested, meaning that neither side truly owns them. The capture speed will depend on a few different things. First of which is how many people are actually on the flag. If you have 2 friendlies on the flag with you, it will capture a lot faster than if you were doing it alone. Note that the game also takes into account how many enemies are on the objective as well. So if there are 2 Germans and only 1 British on the flag, the game will burn the objective as if there were only 1 German on the flag. How far you are away from the actual flagpole matters now. The closer you are, the faster the flag will burn. So if you find yourself in a 1v1 scenario, get closer to the flag to capture it for your team. This is a bit risky, as he will likely know exactly where you are, but he will be forced to move in order to stop you capturing the objective, giving you time to prepare an ambush. There is one more way that you can influence the score of a conquest round, and that's with kills. Whenever you kill an enemy, a ticket will be taken from the enemy team whenever they accept their death and go back to the respawn screen. This means that revives not only help out people's stats, but also keeps your team from losing tickets. Alright, so those are the rules of Conquest, but how does it actually play out? Well, at the beginning of the match, both teams will spawn in their designated HQ on opposite sides of the map. From here, you can choose your class and loadout, and a vehicle if you so choose. When the countdown timer reaches 0, it's a race for the teams to start capturing the objectives. A good strategy is to use the new towing mechanics and grab an AA gun from spawn and take it along with your main forces. This will really help your team from being wiped out by enemy bombers, and once you reach an objective, you can unhitch it to reinforce that flag. One thing that I do want to touch on is the comeback mechanic currently implemented in-game. What this does is, towards the end of the round, give the losing team a handicap by allowing them to capture flags faster. The result of this is more close games, where the winner can be decided in the last few seconds of the match. I'm personally a bit conflicted on whether or not this is a good mechanic to have. On one hand, it does make the games more exciting, as things can get very tense in the last few seconds when the teams are neck and neck. But on the other hand, this may be skewing matches and impacting players' stats. As of now, I think this mechanic is good for the game overall, but not for the individual, as now the wins are less dependent on yours and your teammates' skill, and this may cheapen the experience for some of you. But I also feel that having more intense matches can create a better experience overall, and give you a real rush when you pull off a 1-ticket win. I do want to hear from you guys regarding this. Do you think that this is a good mechanic to have? And if not, would you get rid of it outright or tweak it slightly? DICE has confirmed that they are looking at changing some of the values to the handicap, so we may see this tuned down shortly. Overall, each map has its own playstyles in Conquest. Some are infantry focused with more close quarter fighting, while others are more catered to vehicles and long range engagements. Always be trying new tactics. Go for those back caps, make sure you're fighting for flags, and make sure you play as a team. Get the majority of the flags, fortify, and defend. My name is Shadox, and I hope to see you on the battlefield.